I'd like to ask about imposing sudden changes. These can come both from within. You know, maybe we say, I'm a new Muslim now and I have to do all these things and I have to catch up and there's so much and Islam is so vast. Or externally, maybe the people who are in the relationship with me, nurturing me, maybe they may have undue expectations. Maybe they want me to run too fast in Islam. What's the problem with making too many changes too fast?
If you cook something and you don't give it its paste, it's going to burn. And it's not going to be good. Things have to take place in order. Allah, the Almighty, created the heavens and the earths in 6 days, where He could have created them in less than a second. But there is a reason, there is a wisdom, and that is when things mature and take place in its proper time, it has strong foundation. And this is why it is not right to flood people with knowledge. So a person comes enthusiastic, would like to learn about Islam, and I give him everything that I've learned in the past 30 years in like 5 minutes. He would not be able to comprehend any of this. Not only that, he may find it an obstacle and a hurdle in front of him to move forward.
This is with Islamic knowledge. What about our old habits, as we were talking about earlier? If I was drinking alcohol, if I had many girlfriends, if I had a loose, jovial lifestyle, social life, whatever, and all that needs to change, does it apply to that kind of stuff as well?
See, da'wah and teaching is done with wisdom, hikmah. What is the meaning of hikmah in Islam? Hikmah or wisdom is placing the right thing in the right place. So it would be illogical for me to go to someone and in order to encourage him to come to Islam, the first thing I say is partying all night long is haram, booze is haram, you're gonna stop doing crack, you have to let go all of your girlfriends, you don't listen to music, you don't watch movies. It's all the don'ts in the world in one pot, and he would not take that. But rather, you give the positive things. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ, in some incidents, for example, when a person came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, I want to accept Islam, but 5 daily prayers are too much. So the Prophet allowed him to pray twice. And he was the ruler and the messenger, so he can afford to do this. We can't. Another tribe, the tribe of Thaqif, who accepted Islam but said, with the exception, we will not go for jihad, we will not fight, and we will not give charity. And the Prophet allowed it. And the companions were shocked. How would you allow them to do this? The Prophet said, once they become Muslim and strong in Iman, they will fight for the cause of Allah and they will give in charity. It takes time. So it is not at all wise to just bombard. You are selling. And your pitch, when you're selling or marketing what you believe, is that you have to be wise in pointing out things. So a guy comes to the Prophet ﷺ, and this is quite astonishing. We as du'at and callers to Allah, we have to put this in our mind. A guy comes to the Prophet ﷺ, and he says, tell me about Islam. He says, do you worship Allah and nothing else but Allah? Okay. Then what? He said, to pray 5 times a day. Say anything else? The Prophet did not say 12 rak'ahs voluntary, night prayer, witr, Eid prayers, eclipse prayer, nothing. He just said, no, unless you want to volunteer and do nafil. Tell me about Ramadan. To fast the month of Ramadan, 30 days or 29. Anything else? White days, Mondays and Thursdays, Arafah, Ashur. The Prophet did not say no. This is what the guy, after hearing the pillars of Islam, said, by the one who sent you, I will not add anything to that. The Prophet didn't say, listen, listen, listen. There are
There's
lots
more
of
to
things.
it. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Once he left and departed, the Prophet said, whoever wants to look at a man from the residence of Jannah, of paradise, let him look at this man. Now this, compare it to what we do with a new Muslim, a guy who comes, a rapper, who is interested in Islam, and we know how rappers live. He said, oh, first of all, your body is filled with tattoos. Oh, this is, no, not, sorry, not good. And you have this, and you have that, and your lifestyle, and the money you have that you've gained from haram, you have to give it in charity. All your beautiful Ferraris and Chirons, Bugattis, you have to get rid. What is this? This is not Islam. Da'is, du'at should look at the bigger picture. Even if someone curses when I'm giving da'wah, and he curses or says, Jesus, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
There's a bigger pie. There's a bigger fish to fry. This is what we learn from the da'wah of the Prophet. Not that it is halal, but this is not the time to address it.
Sheikh, we have reached the end of the episode.